What's up guys, Jason Cardamone here. We are at day 46. It is July 17th, it is the PM, and this is the 90-day DS Domination case study of, or DS Domination Genesis, which is dealing with Amazon FBA. And it's really turned into a little bit more than just FBA, because I've really been filling you in with like my entire, you know, like my financial picture, my, you know, things outside of just Amazon FBA. And so here's, I kind of want to do an overview, and then we're going to go into some more details today. So first of all, just catching up, the last video I did was 7 days ago, and I'm just rendering the video just now. I didn't even realize, I think I created the blog and everything, and it's just sitting there waiting for the video to be uploaded, so I'm processing that right now. And so there has been a lot that's happened the last 7 days, and that was on the 10th. So yeah, basically for about 2 weeks now, I have been really taken away from the business, and I've had to deal with some really serious family issues, and everything's fine with my wife and kids. It's I'm not going to go into a lot of details because it's a public video. I'm not going to go into any details, but I can just let you know it's been one of the most sensitive and stressful times in the history of my family, really. And so all of my focus went there, and even to where even if when I tried to do a little business on the side between calls, like there was a day where I was on the phone for 16 hours straight with family things, which is kind of funny because today I was on the phone for more than 7 or 8 hours, but it was all business stuff. So, and that's rare. I'm not on the phone all day like that anymore. I used to when I first started in like 2006 and 7. But, so anyway, I've been regaining momentum, and when the last video you saw from the 10th, I was really at the, I was just starting to emerge from all that focus on the family, which I'm not talking about the Christian group focus on the family, I mean focus on the Cardamone family. And I just was starting to gain business momentum, and then I was taken right back into family stuff for another few days there. And it was really the most intense, the very peak of all of it. And so really, where are we at? The 17th. So I've been back into business mode here for, I think this is like 3 days or so. To tell you the truth, I don't really know what's happening, guys. Today is Thursday. Yeah, I didn't know it was Thursday a few hours ago. I was at the bank putting checks in, and I'm like, honestly, I don't even know what day it is. I assume it's not a Sunday because the bank was open. That's pretty much all I knew. And I'm not joking about that. It's been so much family focus, and now a re-engaging business so much that I kind of just totally lost track of time. So I told you guys I'd give you a bigger overview, and I'm going into details already. So the bigger overview is this, is that, so 10 or 12 or 5 to 7 days ago, I told you guys I was going to show you the org charts, which I did that. I did that almost immediately after shooting that video, somewhere within those next couple days. So I've been staring at these for the last 5 to 7 days here. And so I'm gonna walk through you guys what my companies are gonna look like for an eBay business and for my Amazon FBA business. I'm gonna talk about what the priorities of where I currently believe I'm going to be putting my time, and what my challenges are and how I'm going to solve those challenges. So this is what we're going to cover today, those things. I thought there's one other thing. No, I think that's pretty much it, and then that'll split into a bunch of details. One thing I did just add to my list literally before I turned the camera on right here was, so if you can hear, now this may be normal, you may think this is normal, but not in my videos except for the last 2 months or so, since the middle of April. Holy cow, so maybe 3 months now. It really has been a blur. I missed out on a whole month. So, so for my videos for these last 90 days, there's all this echo, and that is not okay with me. I have high-end video equipment, you know, you're on it, it's all over, and the echo is horrible and I can't stand it. And so you may not have noticed it too much until just now, but I've had it on my list for like 3 months. First time I shot a video in my new home office, I knew I needed to kill this echo because it sounded not too bad. Like right now I can barely hear my own voice echo, just a little. But when I hear the replay, which you guys, like how you guys hear it right now, it's not even close to what my personal standards are. I mean, I have like a $150 audio microphone that's catching my voice right now, but it's also catching all this noise off the walls and stuff. So basically, I need to put some sound barriers up in my office here, and they're gonna really make it a lot more professional like it used to be. I used to shoot in a big, giant, long room like I have just outside the door right here. And in our house here, that does not work very well because the noise carries. We actually don't have a door that separates this level of our home from the next level, which is our main level, and then the top level, which is our kids' bedrooms. We don't have any doors that separate all those besides the bedroom doors themselves. So the noise actually carries really easy throughout the house. So I chose to make my video studio right here in my office. And it's a good choice with one new thing I'm gonna tell you today, because all these lights I'm gonna need in wherever my video studio is, which we're gonna talk about. I'm really pumped up about that. So, and it's directly related to Amazon FBA. So, let's dive into this. So guys, the main goal is absolutely $100,000 a month. And I'll tell you, man, I was, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I got ready, I wanted to shoot a video, and I actually picked out this shirt in my closet and I laid it down like this is the shirt I'm gonna wear that day. And I don't even remember what happened, but I wasn't even able to shoot a video. I really, yesterday I believe, so yeah, I think I wanted to shoot the video yesterday or the day before. Really distracted, a million weird things popping up that I didn't plan on dealing with. And then today was just like hyper, not hyper like bouncing off walls, but like uber productive. And it depends on how you measure productivity. I didn't get as much actual measured work done, so maybe that would be more like productivity. But I was on the phone and got a lot of answers to a lot of things that I've been seeking over the past few days here, or even weeks and more. So I had some serious, oh, even yesterday. I actually was on the phone a lot yesterday as well, with some last minute meetings that popped up. And these were people who have knowledge that I needed, and people I could serve as well. I very rarely talk to someone just to like grab all this knowledge from them and not add value to them. So it's been an amazing last couple days of really pouring stuff into this white matter in between my ears here. Notice how I didn't say gray matter, and I'm not going to explain what I'm talking about. But really, I've massively gained skills. And so now I'm really, it's funny, I almost never do videos this late anymore. It's like 7:36 p.m. here, and I almost never do videos this late anymore because usually this time of day is when I'm done working. For a while, by like 5 p.m., I go upstairs and it's family time for the rest of the night. Now that hasn't been the case these last 2 or 3 months, but that's been the case for like 4 years or something, since 2010 basically. So the only exceptions are if I'm holding a webinar, like I used to hold weekly webinars 7 p.m. on Tuesdays or Mondays or Wednesday, I don't remember. So I'm not doing those regularly right now, but with all that said, oh, that's right, and I did jump on, we had one on the 15th. So actually, 2 nights ago, this is why it's such a blur. 2 nights ago, guys, we had a big deadline for Genesis. And so for those of you following all this, the price of Genesis used to be $997. And I think probably most of you guys watching this already knew that this whole time. Well, on July 15th, it went up to $14.99. It went up by $502 to be exact. And so I did a big push before midnight on the 15th, which was 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, I was actually on a phone conference, and I was actually telling a lot of my experiences and things I had learned about Amazon FBA. And I was sharing it really with a couple other leaders. I'm talking about my big team of like several thousand people. And it was really cool. It's the stuff I live for, and I'm not talking about, yeah, making all these sales. That's not, I mean, it was the point of the webinar to sell Genesis. That's not the only point. That was part of why we did it. Part of it was to help our team realize what's inside of that before the price went up by 500 bucks. Realize I can make a lot more money selling a $1,500 product over a $1,000 one. So I had plenty of reasons to like not tell anybody, right? Well, I'm not in this. You guys probably know by now. I'm not in this just to make money off people. I'm here to add value. And so it was really cool to share the stuff I've been doing now for about 2 months. Really is, I've been focused on Amazon FBA for almost 2 months. 2 months ago, you know, Vegas at that point was about 2 weeks away. I was getting ready. I knew I was going to be some form of speaking on stage. I didn't know how long or anything at that point. And in fact, I didn't even know until like the few minutes before I got up there. And so I was prepping mostly around that stuff, and I was just lightly learning Amazon on the side because Genesis wasn't out until June 1st. So for the last like 6 weeks here, you know, basically 46 days, I have been completely immersed in Amazon FBA, but with that 2-week kind of exodus dealing with my family issues. And so looking back on all that, I have really, I mean guys, I do this full time, and even of all the people that do this full time, I am among the top percentile already, especially within DS Domination. Now you go outside our company, there's a lot of things I need to learn. Inside of our company, I guarantee you I'm within the top 1% of knowledge around Amazon FBA of everybody in the company. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm very confident about that. And here's why, guys. Because there's very few people who even knew about Amazon FBA before Genesis was launched. The people inside the company that are learning it, they're mostly learning what was taught in Genesis, which is great. It's amazing. It's comprehensive, but it's not everything. There's tons of stuff to learn. So I've been really plugging in with people from all around the world that have really been doing Amazon FBA for a long time. And that's what I've done the last 6 weeks more than anything. I've done that more than work on my own business, more than work on filling these positions, more than anything. That's what I've been doing, is interviewing and learning and soaking things in. And literally every day when I'm not off doing family things, every day is really, I really grow a lot each day. And so when I tell you I'm in the top 1%, I still have a long way to go. I plan to get in the top fraction of a percentile of knowledge around Amazon FBA. And not just gain knowledge and be like, cool dude, I learned it, and then sit on my butt. The whole point of all of it is to take massive action, which I've absolutely been doing. Here's something really cool to share with you guys. I'm gonna write this down because I'll probably forget it when I'm getting this info on my blog. But I'll write it down right here. I don't know what my Amazon sales were at last time we talked. I remember one of the first videos when I made my first 3 sales or something like that. So here's what they look like, more or less. The numbers are actually gonna be a little off because I made so many sales in the last couple days. The numbers that Amazon provides to you, they're not even all lined up yet. It usually takes them a few hours or a half a day or a day or so before all the graphs and charts are all congruent with your actual sales. So what I know is that as of today, I sold a total of 29 things, 29 units in Amazon FBA. And that, guys, it's not a lot of money. Actually, with all the expenses and everything, I have this third-party software I've been tracking everything through, including like the cost of my boxes to ship the stuff and the shipping cost and everything. And I'm finally in profit, but only as of the last 72 hours. And that profit is, well, last time I checked, it was like $59 or something. And that doesn't sound like a lot, But I'll tell you guys, here's what's really exciting. I could just stop right now. Guys, I haven't sent a new item into Amazon for like, my last shipment, I think it was, oh yeah, July 3rd was when we were real rushed. We wanted to do it before the 4th of July. So that was 2 weeks ago. And even that shipment, we spent a day or two, you know, on and off getting ready. So that stuff had like, I haven't purchased anything for like more than 2 weeks now. But yet, the last 3 days, I've like tripled my sales. Like it's really ramping up momentum. Things are really hot happening now. It's really awesome. So I didn't have my first review posted yet last time I checked. But because I've sold almost 30 items, I'll probably, from all that, I should get around 3 reviews to my different items. And so I'm just really excited to see, you know, my first review pop in, stuff like that. I'm just pumped up about. So that's a win. I'll share with you guys the weekly numbers. They were 3, 3, 5, and then basically the difference here in this past week. So we have 11, 29 minus 11 is 18. Dude, that's awesome. So you guys can see, so I've done 11 sales. So I guess I was a little off there when I said double or triple. So I had done 11 sales up through the beginning of this week, and I think they had this week start, I think on the 13th. I don't even know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Between the 5 and the 18, that started somewhere in the past 3 to 5 days. But the most of these 18 sales, like that day when I was on the webinar, so on the 15th, that was my first bit. Up to that day, I had only sold 1 or 2 items per day at max. And the averages, I mean, this is an average of every other day up to right here. Guys, that's within 1 week. This is more than 2 sales per day like that. All of a sudden, week 4 hits, bam, more than 2 sales per day. Just like, and again, the charts aren't all up to date, but the charts kind of, you know, they're kind of like this, and it's just gonna go boom, a big spike up. And if I continue to throw stuff in there, that it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and go crazy. So, so that's really awesome. Super exciting to see that. That is just proof of all my hard work, you know, weeks ago. And what's really amazing is I haven't really done anything in the past 2 weeks around this stuff. And so it's really awesome. You know, with these 29 things, I'm not in there drop shipping, you know, ordering things and putting the customer's address and sending it off and then making sure it gets there and putting in the tracking. I didn't do anything. I just get emails every once in a while and Amazon says, hey, we shipped the item you sold. Bing, and they'll find, that's how I usually find out what item sold, is when they give me that email. So anyway, that is awesome. And it's basically just awesome. So I'm basically selling an item an average of about at 1 every 10 hours. There's 168 hours per week. So if this was 17, it would be 1 per 10 hours. So I'm a little better, 1 per 9 point something hours right now. And so that's awesome. I had my first 5 in a single day happen on the 15th. And basically, guys, all these numbers came from the 15th, yesterday, and today. Just went crazy with it. I think today, I saw somebody ordered 6 units of one item that I had in there. And it was an item that I had sent in like 10 or 12 of, and they ordered like 6 all just today. Like, hey, I want 6 of these, bam, gone. One order, boom, bunch of money. That one doesn't profit me tons. It was only a few bucks each, and so like 6 times probably $2 or $3. So it was like 12 to 18 bucks, and that's not a lot of money, but it just, we got one of the worst meals ever coming home. My kids are all starting gymnastics, and so we were coming home. And we stopped at McDonald's, and between the 2 McDonald's we ended up stopping at because an order got messed up, we spent about, you know, 15, 18 bucks or something. So that was all paid for just from residually today from stuff I had done weeks ago. So that's really cool. It's really exciting to realize all the stuff in there. Oh, so here's what I want to say, guys, before I distract myself. By the time, if everything I have sent into Amazon sells, it will be in profit, well actually back to me will be more than $2,500 from this point moving forward. Now, part of that I actually paid, you know, I have about 800 bucks or so worth of inventory that I paid for to get that 2,500. So the real numbers before all these sales were I paid right around $1,000, and it was a real reckless thousand too. Especially early on, like 4 weeks ago, I was not being careful. I was just like, I want to throw some things in there, just make my first sale. That's all I cared about. And so I've obviously proven that this thing, I knew it worked, but it was just something for me. You guys may be able to watch this and like, through my experience, you may know, yeah, this is gonna work for you and you can just go off and do it. I had plenty of examples like that around. I just needed it myself, like I wanna make my first sale. And not just my first, I wanna make my 10th, my 30th, which I'm almost there, my 100th, my 1,000th, my 10,000 millionth. And so anyway, that I have enough of that where now, and by the way guys, out of all 29, only one have I lost money on, and I actually lost it on purpose. I realized it was an item that like dozens of other people all of a sudden were competing with me, and I realized the price is probably just gonna keep coming down, 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 down. So I came down to the lowest price at that point just to get mine sold before it just keeps diving lower. And I lost like $1.50 on it. And I did that on purpose. Now I'll share another, here's a learning lesson for you guys too. One of the other items, it was, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's sold right now as is, like for a like $5 profit, but I had it listed at around a $9 or $10 profit. And what happened was I saw some other people come on and they lowered their price down where I thought it would be like everything else, where all of a sudden the price would just keep coming down, 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 and all of a sudden it's worth nothing and I lose money. So I'm like, dude, I gotta dump these, and I lowered my price to match them. And I had like 3 or 4 of these things and they all sold. And so that's great, made $5 each times 3 or 4, 15, 20 bucks, you know, that's cool as far as profits go. But it was a mistake. I actually could have made 30 or 40 bucks, and here's why, is that when I cut down the price, I didn't need to, because when I just checked in there, when all mine had sold and I went and looked, all those other people that were selling at the lower level, they all sold out of their stuff. And what happened was the price popped back up to that number where I would have made 9 or 10 profit. And so because of that, I went back and looked, and now there's only one seller on Amazon and they're at that $9 or $10 profit range. So what happened was I lowered my price too early and jumped the gun because I got all freaked out. And the lesson there was that there was only a couple other sellers, and I didn't even bother to check their inventories, and you can do all that stuff. I don't really care when, you know, we're talking about these smaller numbers. I will be doing more of that stuff with my big orders coming in, like from bigger US stores in China and stuff. And you know, when I bring in 100, 500, 1,000 units and I'm competing and I'm watching the market, I will know everything about the marketplace. So it's really cool that with the stuff I'm doing, with all this local stuff I purchased and sent in, that I'm really learning how pricing works, how the market works, how the competition works. And so with all that said, awesome lessons I've learned. It's worth more. I could have lost money on all 29 of these and it all would have been more than worth it what I'm learning. So good thing I've only lost money on one so far. And I'm sure I'll lose money. That I made some real stupid purchases early on, that things that are going to take 3 to 6 to 12 months or more to sell. And I'll probably have to bring the price down quite a bit. So anyway, there's some of those things that I bought for like 7 to 10 bucks that are listed for like 150 and stuff. And so I have a lot of room to come down and still make a huge amount, you know, $50, $100, easy. So that will, you know, I'll play with all that. I don't care about that right now because I only risked the 7 bucks and whatever it cost me in shipping. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to like freak out about right now. So anyway, learning a ton. And so is this a good time for this? Yeah, I don't want to go in the org chart yet. I want to talk about where we're just at. So this stuff was all sourcing local stuff. It's called retail arbitrage. It's the Genesis Easy stuff. And excuse me guys, I gotta drink some water. My throat is like super dry right now, probably because I've been talking on the phone all day again. So what I wanted to tell you was I'm starting to look at this. Here's what I've been, in fact I said this 2 nights ago on the 15th, and I even might change this back again. I'm kind of flip-flopping around with where I'm going to be putting my business focus as far as local stuff, just in China. Am I going to mix in some US, which actually the answer is definitely yes now that I'm learning some more stuff. But I'm realizing, so let's step back now. Now let's look at it. I'm going to get off track, but it's for a purpose. You need to have a bigger picture background. So I did make some more Genesis sales, and I did make some more affiliate commissions, a lot more that were unexpected in the past, like even 3 or 4 days here. And I made several of them back in early to mid-June. So basically, I have made a bunch of extra money that I wasn't originally depending on. And I don't know if you guys remember the details, or I don't know how much of this I even went into, but when I read numbers for my cash flow like a month ago, or at least 2 or 3 videos ago, I think I broke this down with you guys, that we have been about 2,000 short cash flow wise per month. So what it means is, like, and you know, these aren't our real numbers, but I'll give you guys an example that, you know, it's not up in the clouds. So that, you know, an example would be like, if you make $4,000 a month in your household income between your job or your spouse's job or whatever, but your expenses are $6,000 per month. That's the equivalent, even though our numbers are a lot higher. And so we've been basically going in the hole by $2,000 each month for basically this entire year. And I realized that when I finally, we've had our books done, but I've never looked at everything. They've been done for a long time now. And when I realized that, I was like, dude, I need to bring up some cash flow, like immediately is the plan. So my plan to get the cash flow up was do drop shipping on eBay and do the local retail arbitrage stuff where you go and find stuff locally and all that. I mean, it's only, like right now, it's only 60 bucks. That's nowhere near, or 59. That's nowhere near 2,000. But everything in there that sells in the next few weeks, it's all just profit, all of it. It might be a couple hundred, it might even be 500, 800 bucks. I don't know what's gonna sell the rest of the next coming weeks. So some of that is definitely easy to do from sourcing the local stuff, because I didn't spend tons of time doing all that. Now with that said, I planned some of it to come from eBay, and I made a decision right before I turned on the camera with you guys that this whole plan is going to be put on hold. And you're like, well, what plan? You haven't talked about this. I will go over this because there's a lot of you guys doing drop shipping, and I'll share with you guys more around decisions around it, but I just wanted to say that. So bigger picture is, have to make some more cash flow. So I can do that doing this local stuff. And guys, actually, hang on just 1 second. Hey guys, sorry for the delay. I needed to help put my kids to bed and do some stuff. So I'm trying to see what time it is now. So basically, I was sitting there, I had a few minutes, and I was trying to think of what I want to all cover today, because this could easily turn into like an hour-long video, and because I just went out, I don't know how long we've already gone. So I was talking about, you know, I need some cash flow. Basically, with all the affiliate commissions and things that have come in over the past 6 weeks or so, that we definitely have enough cash flow for like at least 3 to 4 months, or probably not at least, probably about 3 to 4 months. So basically the rest of the year, more or less. And so I'm sure there'll be some more commissions that will come in the coming 90 days here. So basically all I gotta do is figure out how to do some FBA and possibly eBay. And I actually decided I'm not gonna do that. So basically it's all focused around Amazon FBA now. All I have to do is figure out how to be somewhat successful with that. And to the tune of, I just need a couple thousand a month. And then everything we have extra is just extra sitting there. And so I don't know if that makes any sense, the extra money I've created, where like if I just sit here and do nothing for the next 90 days, all we do is eat into that extra money, and then pretty soon somewhere it will be gone. So with me taking all this action, the idea is, you know, I turn that current $60, which is really nothing, and I turn that into a couple thousand a month. And so planning to do that, and also I know the entire case study, the goal was to do $10,000 a month by the third month. So the third month starts here in in exactly 2 weeks. In 2 weeks it will be day 60, and that's the start of the third month there, day 61 to 90. So basically, I'm trying to think of what, yeah, this wasn't all complete when I talked last time. So let me cover with you guys what my companies look like to create this income. And I'm trying to think if I should go into depth around these with you guys right now, because we could end up taking a while on that. Or if I should talk bigger picture. And I apologize, I didn't plan this fully out before. I didn't want too much time to go by, and I didn't even realize how much it had been. So it's a week, which is perfect, but I don't want much more than that to go by. So I just pretty much turned on the camera. Hold on just 1 second, guys. So there's 2 ways I can take this right now. Either talk with you more about the specifics thing. Oh, well, they're both highly related. This has been done further. This is really guiding me more. Okay, let's do this. I'll go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna capture this information really soon. So let's go ahead and talk about this, and I'm gonna briefly go over this because this is a Genesis case study. We're not talking about eBay dropshipping. I will cover this real quick because I know a lot of you guys are still, you have dropshipping businesses. I personally have made the decision to kind of put my dropshipping business to the side. And I finally decided that, and it's done. And so I'm not going to follow through with the one I'm about to talk to you about at this point. I might down the road, probably not. Because I think I'll be making too much money with Amazon, where this will just slow me down. Even if it's an easy 10 grand a month, I don't think that's a lot of money compared to what I can do with Amazon. So, and I reserve the right to bring this back if I just need to make some quick and dirty money, you know. And I can probably make a real easy $1,000 a month, even though I would pay to have some of this stuff outsourced. So real quickly, you need a sourcer. So what I did, guys, what this is, and then what this is, these are the positions in my company to run these businesses. And so at the beginning, you typically do everything of what these positions would require. And I'm not going to go into great detail because I don't have tons of time on this video. I could spend an entire video just on this. And so, excuse me, again, this is a Genesis case study, so I'm not going to go into that. I will probably redo that. I'll probably do it as like a private team training for my team and go into the details of what these would look like. So you need a sourcer. That's someone who goes out and you're finding items that you can drop ship. You need a lister. That's someone who is in the eBay account physically putting the items up. Here's the item, here's the description, here's the pictures, boom, here's the price list. You need someone to place the orders when they come in. So when a customer buys an item, you need someone to enter the credit card info. They need to ship the item to the correct address and not mess it up. You need someone to deal with customer service. Now this one gets a bigger and bigger priority as you're building a bigger dropshipping business, and that would be people who deal with returns, they deal with customer questions, they deal with, I think that's actually about it. But believe it or not, that part gets to be a pretty big hassle as you're moving forward in the business. So there's that. And originally, I'd actually forgot to put this one down here. You need an inventory / out of stock checker kind of person. So This is actually one of the first positions that most people hire for. For me personally, I hired a sourcer first. And with the way I built out my eBay business, I never went further than hiring like sourcers, people that were finding really good items. And so, and items that I'm not going to go into details, but I already knew these items were selling. They were majorly profitable. That was basically, I had, you know, a lot of hundreds of those items on a spreadsheet. So I was doing the listing. I trained my mom to do the order. So technically I did train my mom how to do this part of it, which is really cool. Customer service, I was just doing that. We didn't have tons of it because I didn't have a crazy big drop shipping business. But that's something I would have done myself up until it was just too much of a hassle. Then I would have tried to train my mom where I could, but especially anything with the phone, like if you're shipping freight where you have to coordinate a freight truck, she would never want to do that. So anyway, again, I said I wouldn't go into details. The inventory out of stock checker is checking the items you have listed to make sure they're still in stock from your source. And if they're not in stock, you gotta take care of that and take them down. So that's basically what all these do. And then the manager, you know, me doing all this or managing the overview, but the manager is basically checking everything. It's, you know, we had a bad review come in. You know, is everything cool there? Do I need to step in? So the manager kind of has to know at least a little bit about all the different positions here, but basically oversees everything. And then once, if you're able to build things big enough to a high enough level, then you just hire out a manager and pay them, you know, probably someone who would make somewhere between $1,500 and maybe $3,000 or $4,000 a month. It depends on how big your business was. And you pay them that, and they're managing all this. And so anyway, those would be the positions. I initially put $10,000 a month here. I could probably easily build an eBay business to 10 grand a month, and you know, not in 1 month, but in 6 to 12 months. I'm sure, I'm positive within 12 months. I think with the amount of work this is going to take to get all this up, and again, guys, this is, you know, this is coming. You're hearing from a guy. I've already got most of this stuff up and outsourced and going. So it's a matter of, do I want to keep pouring some money in, because you got to pay outsourcers, right? Do I want to pour some finances there to make this thing grow, or do I want to put those finances into these positions and make Amazon FBA grow, especially when the upside potential, it's so much bigger. I mean, Amazon is bigger than its next 5 competitors combined. So you're talking Walmart, you're talking eBay, and the other big 3. Bigger than all of those places combined, that's Amazon. That's how big it is. So if you focus on the big dogs, so to say, and there's, guys, I've even learned there's even more to do than just focus on Amazon. There's more ways to monetize and make money. I'm not even gonna touch that any week, or even any month very soon. That's down the road, 6, 12 months. I'm not even going there right now. So here's the positions I thought I would probably need over here. So you need a researcher to go research the products. Basically, same thing as a sourcer. You need a negotiator, a salesperson. Their job is to basically make the deals. When you find these good products, they need to go contact the companies that have those products, and they need to go cut a deal. There's sales, there's negotiating skills within that. And you're taught that in DS Domination. Guys, you could spend 10 years becoming a master salesperson. There's always room to grow. Of course, the training can't cover all that. Not even a great sales training can cover everything you would need for that. So you need an accountant or a stats person that's really, and they would probably, as I was thinking further, they might be combined with an inventory person, where the inventory person is checking your inventory in Amazon. So say, for example, you have an item that's selling 200 items per week, which would be about 800 per month. Well, if you only have 400 items left in stock and you're selling 200 per week, you better make sure you can get new product there within 14 days, or else you're just gonna run out of stock, and then you're sitting there and you're like, man, I'm waiting for my new stuff to get there, and you're not making any money while you're waiting for it to get there. So your whole goal is to always have more stock that you never run out. So that's what an inventory person over here does compared to the out of stock checker over here. But that's really easy, even if you have 40 or 100 products or more. It gets to be a really easy job to do. So I believe that would be combined with like an accountant or a statistician kind of person. And their job is really checking everything, like, are we making the most sales possible for a given thing? Are we, you know, for example, are things selling enough? How much money are we making? This product made us $3,000 this month. This product made us $10,000 this month. This product lost us $500. Whoa, dude, what's going on there? And maybe it's because we just launched that and we're selling it for less than we need just to get tons of sales. You know, there's a lot of reasons why that could happen. So anyway, a person that's on top of that kind of thing. You need someone doing your logos and your branding. Do you have a big brand across all your products? Are you doing everything in a niche? Or are you individually branding this and this, and all 40 or 100 products have individual logos and branding? So there's a lot of, but you need someone basically to do graphics and stuff. This would actually fit right in here. So I didn't even think this far when I created this. I just added a new part to this category here, which is pictures. And I want to tell you guys all about that. I just ordered some new camera equipment to really fit around this area. So we talked about all these. Right here is a product manager. And I was picturing them, you know, it's easy. You do one product, you do two products, you have things out there, no big deal. But what I was picturing was, what if you have one product that's doing 30K, 50K a month, 100K a month in profit, you know, just one product alone fulfilling this goal right here, and it's just killing it. You really need someone focused where that one thing is like their life. They know everything about it. They know everything about the market it's in. They know everything about the branding and the logoing and everything, and it basically, that's their whole job, is like this one product that makes $50,000 a month. There is a product manager over that one single product, and their job, it's almost like the manager over here oversees everything. That product manager's job is to do everything with that one product that's killing it. And then, so what I foresee is that, you know, my goal is to have 40 products all doing $2,500 per month profits to get to $100,000 a month. The reality is, some of those are going to do more than that. Some might even do less. Like I just saw a particular product that was launched like 2 months ago, and it's awesome. It's already doing $1,000 a month in profits. It will do a lot more in the coming months, but it's probably not going to crank out like 10 or 20 grand a month. It might do 3,000 to 5,000 a month, which is awesome. But do you need a single dedicated person just to that one, or could they handle that one and do another 3 or 4 or 5 others as well? Probably. It really depends on what value you place on the amount of income it's bringing in. So, so I put this here and I put the brackets S. I don't know if there's one person that can really master all this stuff, or if it will be individual people that really have to learn everything about that one brand, and that's their whole job. I mean, guys, think about this. This person, if they're managing something that's profiting my business 100, that, notice I said my business, I didn't say me. It's profiting the business 100,000 a month, just a single product. How much is the person worth that keeps it all going and keeps it together? Well, at the beginning, of course, that's, you know, of course I'll be in all these roles as we're starting. Actually, not very long. I've already hired this part out. The researchers, I've already hired a bunch of researchers out there finding a bunch of cool items for me. So, and I'm doing it myself. And my mom started to, just today she learned some stuff and she's out there, and she only got to do it for like an hour or so, but now she's all excited because she likes doing research. You know, she was doing some of that over here. And So she's all excited to come in tomorrow and like go hunt for products. That's really, I love seeing people excited, especially when it's my mom, obviously. So, oh, and by the way, guys, the light probably got real bad here because it's now nighttime and there's zero light coming in through my window, so it probably changed how my videos normally look. So, so that's product manager. Customer service, I have question marks. Maybe that's covered by the product manager for you know, the manager over a given set of products. I know as you get bigger, you have questions coming in for your particular product, so you answer those. Makes most sense, it's probably the product manager. But then also, there are returns. I think Amazon handles all that stuff, so I don't think there's a huge role for this. And I actually built this kind of from the bottom up, and I don't know why I thought I needed extra room down here just in case. But I don't know of the need for that position. And there may be another position or two I'm not even thinking of that, you know, aren't on the board yet. That's, you know, that's how it goes. So, and then at the very top here, I have director. And you know, I just thought of something. This might actually be a separate company. I'm gonna have to really think about this, so I'm gonna write it way down here. And it's coaching. So, and I put that on there because I'm learning so much up, I am already coaching like literally dozens of people. Most of the time at my son's gymnastic today, I was going back and forth coaching someone around their first product they want to get in there. And so I've been literally coaching dozens and dozens and dozens of people because we have this giant group of people, so I get to serve people and help them with all the knowledge I've been learning. So it's possible at some point, guys, there's coaching programs out there where you're paying like $2,000, $4,000, $10,000 or more to have like a group coaching kind of setting. So depending, and I only put this on here because I love coaching people. I'm a certified life coach. I have coached thousands of people in these last 8 years, and I enjoy it enough where it's something, that's crazy, there's a spider, hang on. I say it's crazy because we had some stuff sprayed in our house. So he probably went over there and died around the wall. Anyway, some organic stuff we had sprayed. So he must not have got a whiff of that stuff yet. So what the heck was I talking about? Coaching. I have no idea, I'm just putting it up there. It actually might be an entirely separate business. Amazon FBA coaching business. You know, really import-export coaching business. You know, it's really could turn into something big. So that might be a totally separate gig, like outside of it. And then I have all these sub-coaches and stuff like that, who knows. So I'll just put it down here for now. But of anything I'm not thinking of, who knows, like the pictures thing, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But, so I have director up here. And obviously this role is totally filled in by me, especially like that's my main role over the next like probably 12 months or more. Excuse me. But basically the director's job is to pretty much oversee the entire thing. It's to oversee however many product managers there are. You know, when we have a couple products doing 20, 30 grand, 50 grand a month or whatever, guys, I'll tell you right now, I was working with someone, I think yesterday or the day before, and they just ordered their first product, and they showed me the one they're modeling from, and we started running numbers, and we were, you know, figuring everything. We're like, wow, it's selling like 50 to 100 per day or more. It actually easily could be double that or more. And so that would be the equivalent of like, what, 3,000 units a month, right? We weren't even close to being right on that one. So what we found out was oh, and by the way, that product makes them, I think they make a little under $10 after the fees and stuff. So let's just call it 10 bucks just to keep the numbers easy. So sells 3,000 a month, made $10 in each. That's $30,000 right there. So the person coming into that market, and it's the exact same product, they're gonna rebrand it in a cooler way, so they really have a chance to go catch up and beat this thing out over time. So that's what we thought it was. Well, it turns out the manufacturer that makes this stuff obviously makes the same one that's already selling 3,000 times a month, so we thought. Those people are ordering 20,000 units per month, so they're selling the lights out of it. 20,000 times 10, that's $200,000 a month on that one product. One product right there, bam. So, and guys, this is from someone who, they're sharing their item with me, they're sharing with me what they're doing and all this stuff, and their first order was actually for 2,500 pieces. So, it's really exciting, the numbers and what's happening, but I'm giving you guys that real world example. That's one, I could talk all day about all the examples that I've been, you know, working with people around. But that one is a great example. Guys, just that one alone has the potential to just do, my whole goal, you know, 12 months, make 100,000 a month. You do that. By the way, that product just launched it. They launched it like late last year. This is July, so it's been launched for around like 8 or 9 months or so, and it's already doing those numbers. It did start out much slower. So if you're real, who knows what the potential is? They might be doing 20,000 units a week pretty soon, which would be like what? They're nearing $1 million a month in this one little item. I almost said what it was. So that's the kind, guys, and here's the deal. It's not like some magical item. There's like hundreds of thousands of items just like that on Amazon right now. There's billions. What was the number? $75 billion per month is the profits from Amazon or something. It's ridiculous. You take $1 million per month out of 75 billion, it's nothing. It's a drop. So it's not like this big deal. 100,000 a month? That's like a grain of sand on the beach. It's literally nothing. It's nothing at all. So it's why when I started realizing this stuff, guys, that's why I made my real goal. That's why I raised it up to $1 million a month. I know that if I don't hit that, I'm not even working this hard. And I'm probably not gonna hit that in the next 12 months, but I can absolutely build towards that. And I think I could do way bigger than that. You know, as I learn more and more, I'm like, dude, this is nothing. I was just learning from a guy the other day that he, what does he do to save money? When they do shipping containers overseas or something, he does it with other people. I can't remember all the deals, but he taught us this little trick, and one thing he does alone saves him between $20,000 and $30,000 a month in expenses. He's already doing millions and millions. Cause he was like, yeah, it saves us $20,000 or $30,000, it's no big deal, but at least it's a little bit of save. Guys, he's putting in probably $500,000 or more per month. He's probably making several millions per month, 5, 10 million a month. I have no idea, crazy numbers, profit. So the director basically oversees all this stuff, and their job is to reach the goals. It's to help the company. If the goal is 100,000 a month by June 1st of 2015, the director's job is to drive the company to go hit that. It's very likely we're gonna figure out there's gonna be a couple products that are just rock star, tear it up, and we go focus on those and just completely explode everything. And it may be, you know, 11 months from now, 10.5 months from now, I'm talking with you guys, and I'm talking about the 5 products we had. We put 50 out there, but out of those, 5 of them were amazing rock stars, and I'm making $250,000 a month. You know, that could very easily happen this year. And then imagine then, so I have these other products making 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a month. I'm just gonna be like, so there's, I just deposited some checks in my bank today of like, what, I looked up the total, I actually forgot. It was either 2,600 or 2,900, so a little under 3,000. there was a point where those checks were like around $8,000 per month or so. And it's been years and years. So they're like, it's like this, it's residual income that's paid me several $100,000 to my family in profit. You know, it's all profit. Those are checks in the bank. So I was thinking of that today, and what those checks used to mean to me. They used to be my lifeblood. They used to be like 80% or more of our income at different points, you know, as they were getting bigger and our income was growing, and you know, we're making $7,000 a month and those checks were like 5 or 6 of it. I remember those days, it was years ago. But what I just realized today and made this distinction for the first time, so those checks for years now, guys, I'm talking like 5 years or more, those checks have become like our paycheck. Like what probably a paycheck means to you, because I can remember from 7 years ago what a paycheck feels like. And a paycheck is like this thing, you get it every week or 2 weeks or every month or whatever, and it's like what covers your expenses every month kind of a thing. And those checks became so ingrained over these 5 or so years that that's what they meant to me. And today, so I had this just epiphany walking out of the bank, or maybe right before, I don't remember where I had it, but I was looking at the numbers and it's like a little under 3,000 somewhere. And it hit me what that number used to mean to me. Like, dude, this was everything. I just made more than $3,000 in the last 48 hours. Like, just these checks that have just been this lifeblood forever, they've really become a minor part of my income. And but not in my psychology, not in, you know, deep inside. What they really meant all these years was like, it's our lifeblood. And now I look at it, I shouldn't even say that anymore, because I'm just reinforcing that pattern in me. They're no longer the lifeblood. They're just a stream of income coming in, and pretty soon, guys, I get a couple products out on Amazon FBA that are doing like 1,000 a month. I only need like 3 of those, and those checks are like, no, oh, now we're matching those checks. I build those $1,000 up a little, you know, like 3 products doing 2,500, or like 10 products doing 1,000. Now all of a sudden, I don't even care about those checks. It's like, oh God, it's a hassle to take this $3 grand in. And by then it'll be 2,500 or 2,200. It's slowly going down over time, and very slowly, like years. So that's, I don't know why I wanted to share that, but it's really interesting when you realize, guys, I guess here's part of why I wanted to share that. Because I made a big change in my life this past January, and it's probably more like beginning of February, when I decided to focus on drop shipping. And I didn't even know at the time I was going to be focusing on Amazon. I barely knew like we were even going to ever sell on Amazon back then. And but I made a distinctive move out of internet network marketing into the world of drop shipping, and really what was going to lead to Amazon FBA. And wholesaling, going to manufacturers, you know, importing, it's big, it's crazy. I never knew I would be an importer. It's really technically what I'm going to be doing here in the coming months, a lot of. And so that was just a big realization to me. And so with all that said, I have 2 final things I want to share with you guys. So one way, I told you guys early on somewhere that I keep looking down. I don't want to step on that spider and like get it squished all over my socks here. So one thing I said early on was, I don't want to, you know, I have 8 years of internet network marketing. I would be an idiot to just throw all those skills away and just ignore them. It really would be dumb, like Donald Trump would be like kick my butt for doing that. I always think about what would Donald Trump do, and he would encourage me to leverage those somehow while I'm building up this thing that's going to make me a lot more. But there's a lot of skills there that, and I'll never throw them all. There actually, in fact, a whole bunch who are going to come directly and play with building this. Not even going there right now, but that's once I get things launched and I have a lot more of my products in Amazon and stuff. But in the meantime, there is a really easy way to do videos to get opt-ins, which is when someone enters their email onto a list, and then present them DS Domination, where I can promote the affiliate side and help people, what I've been doing for 6-7 months now, get them drop shipping, get them in a profit, teach them Amazon FBA. It's all this thing that it all works together really beautifully. And the beauty part is, for me to build that through videos, it's, first of all, a year and a half ago, that's all I wanted to do, or even 2 or 3 years ago, my whole dream was to just do videos like I'm doing now, just do videos, get people to opt in and join stuff I was selling. That was my whole dream. And I got my YouTube account shut down early in 2013 and just had different things happen where I was just like, I kind of let go of that dream at different points. I never let go of the dream of really doing tons of video and being on stage, by the way. But I thought about all that, and now someone on my team has launched a thing where people are, there's a lot of people that are brand new to video getting opt-ins and even sales into DS Domination. And this is one of those things, again, I'm not trying to brag. I already know I'm way up in the top of people, anybody who does a video around, and like as far as promoting business opportunities and stuff, I already know I'm in the very top of people, you know, the top percentile. And so me realizing other people are doing this and they don't have near my skill set, which is fine, they'll gain it one day. I did this huge post into that group the other day and just poured some knowledge in them, like, here's some things you can do better, do this, this, and this, and I was giving them step-by-step video coaching trainings. I've done that for years with people, but I really poured in them. One day they will gain up to my skill level, and some of them may even surpass me. In some ways, some are surpassing me now because they can actually do a short video and get out 1 million bullet points in a few minutes, where for me it takes like a few hours. So, but anyway, that is a real easy way. If I just focus 30-60 minutes a day, bang out a couple videos, get them up there, get people going into sales funnels, which are already built basically, that would take very little effort on my part to start building up more cash flow because people are joining the affiliate side of DS Domination. So that is something I'm playing with. I am pretty much for sure gonna do it. I just need to find the right timing over this next week or so. That's one thing to increase cash flow. The other thing would be doing some more of the local sourcing, which is, you know, like this stuff. By the way, I only have like 100 items in there. So now there's only like 70 or 80 something items left in there. So I don't even know. I haven't looked at that. I've just been looking at the financial numbers, not the number of units left. But it was right around 100 that I had sent in. So anyway, I could go grab some more local stuff and send it in and just build that up where we're selling stuff, especially when Christmas is coming up here in like 4 or 5 months. Sales are significantly going to start increasing. I do not want to invest money there today and sit on it until Christmas, because that money would be way better being over here, which technically this is still, it is still Amazon FBA, but I don't plan to do the local stuff for long term. I plan to do enough of it to learn, really master FBA, but the whole goal is to have products shipped in there for me. Me doing some of the labeling, branding, pictures, which I want to tell you guys about. I'm totally pumped up. So a large part of my day today was spent on researching a camera and a whole setup. And I can't really explain this to you guys. I'll have to just show you once I get the stuff in. But I got a little, well, it's not little, it's a 2 by 2 foot by 3 foot white box. And what it is like this box that it's an enclosed, the whole thing enclosed on all 6 sides. So it's a cube. And you put a camera in one side. So if you could picture like I'm trying to see if I have, this would work good if, oh, it's not heavy at all. So here's a box I have in my office with stuff. So it's a cube, right? So picture that this is all just white material, and I get these bright lights I have and shine them right on 3 sides here. So this is just this, it's super bright in there, like sunshine. And then you reach, you go, there's an opening, and there's all kinds of things, but just picture there's an opening in the box. In the opening, you put your item in there that you're gonna be, you wanna get your Amazon pictures of. And so like for example, for some reason I have my shaver sitting here at my desk. No idea how this got here. It's been a blur. So imagine this is sitting in the box. I'm definitely gonna remove this. This has all my passwords. So imagine, guys, that you can like see inside the box and the item just sits in there, right? And you can do different angles and stand it up and do whatever you want, but it's surrounded by a white background, which all the Amazon pictures are at. So basically you do that, you sneak your camera in a little hole, it's on a tripod, and you take really nice, super high resolution pictures so that when you're posting these things on Amazon, it looks amazing. And so the better your pictures are, the better your things are going to sell. And so that's a big part of being really successful on Amazon, is you getting pictures of the stuff you're sending in there, and really good ones, and multiple pictures, different angles, showing it being worked and all kinds of stuff, and send those in. So I've never had a very good camera. We've had this older Canon camera right here, and this is it's a Canon PowerShot SD4000 IS, a digital ELPH, and it's 10 megapixels. You know, it's good for what it does. This has taken a lot of good pictures for us, but it has a lot of weaknesses too, and one of those is that it cannot zoom in closely and take an amazing picture, especially in a high light setting like it's going to be in. These are 500 watt bulbs, and I have 3 of them, and so 1500 watts blasting into this white cage thing, it would not work at all, and it's not a cage. But anyway, this thing doesn't work at all. So I got a new camera, just ordered it today, along with memory card, battery, all the extra stuff, so we have like backups of all that. And I got the white box, and everything is on its way. So within the next 7 days or so, I will have possession of all that stuff, and basically be set up to take pictures of some of my items that are going to be arriving here probably within a week or so. I told you guys I had researchers out doing stuff, so that's still the case. We've identified some items, and so now it's a matter of getting samples, working the deals, and figuring out which ones I want to move forward with a bigger quantity. And so this also comes into play. I'm actually going to practice doing product launches by ordering some stuff from some of the US sites from Genesis US. And so these are items that I can get a dozen of, 50, even hundreds and hundreds if I want to. And in fact, one of the products I just told you about that's already doing 1,000 a month after a couple months, this is sourced from one of these US sites, so it's really cool. So what it will do is give me practice in getting the items, branding them, taking awesome pictures of them, getting up the new listings, and populating my Amazon store with all those items. So as I'm doing all that, that will be really cool for several reasons. I'm learning how to take awesome pictures. I've never been good. I've never had a, what the heck are these things called? DLSR, whatever those kind of cameras. Some of you guys are like, dude, you're an idiot around cameras. I'm really good with video stuff like you guys are on. Really bad with photography. I know nothing about it ever. I've never done anything besides just figure things out on my own. So anyway, I ordered the Canon T3i, and I forgot the words for it. I think it's a DLR, DLS, SLD, SLR. What, you guys know what they are, most of you guys do. So whatever it is, I have that in the way, so I'm gonna be all set up taking pictures. So I'll be practicing all that skill, and even without spending thousands and thousands of dollars, I'm gonna get stuff there. I'm gonna have dozens in the warehouse, probably not hundreds. It depends on the item and how much I want to commit to it. If I see something good and I know it's gonna work well and I know it's gonna sell tons, I will invest hundreds, and I'll do the branding, get it everything, and get it all in there. So I'll do all that and really have that process down to where when I'm having these orders come over from China of like thousands and thousands of pieces, I've already done this. I've already taken the pictures, and I know when I'm getting this thing on Amazon, I'm already have an extremely high chance, you can actually mess all this up and still sell tons of stuff, but if you get a bigger head start and have things like more pictures and higher quality pictures than your competitors, you're gonna win. And that's really the road, the direction I'm going down. And So anyway, that's going to be really cool. And to be honest, I did not want to put the money into that camera. The camera alone was like 550 bucks. And then all the accessories and stuff, you know, add on another 150 probably or something. I can't remember all the details, but I just placed all those orders, all that stuff on the way. Everything's good to go now. And so learning how to launch a product, I've been working with people that are launching theirs and getting reviews and sales and all the stuff you do to really get high ranking quickly, making all that happen. So really excited about all that. So I think that's it, guys. This video went way too, I didn't plan to go this long, but I did end up telling you like everything. So instead of making a second video, we're pretty much done for the foreseeable couple hours at least. So that's it, guys. I'll chat with you guys again soon. So, and by the way, we are just over halfway. I definitely did lose a good 2 weeks in there, but I don't want to make excuses. You know, I still can make 10 grand a month, you know, starting in like 14 days from right now. Definitely some things are going to have to come together. I'm really going to have to commit to some of the research of products we've been doing from China, and I'm going to have to commit to a bigger order and make it get over here and make things happen to really crank up those sales. I think more realistically what it's probably going to look like is that I'll have several products in there and I'll be making 500 to 1,000 from several different products. I don't think I have enough time left, only 6 weeks. I don't think that's enough time to bring in a brand new product and get it ranked in Amazon and get it really cranking in sales to get to 10,000 a month. So part of where I'm at right now, I needed to be here in the first couple of weeks, not in week 6 or the end of week 6. I needed to be there in the first couple of weeks. And you know, again, I lost 2 weeks in there, but I really was fumbling around. How much am I going to do drop shipping? How much am I going to do FBA from China and stuff versus the US sites versus the local stuff, you know, or the local stuff. I really took a bit to gain my traction there. And that really because I was just taking action with all of them, figuring out like how the heck they fit together and how the pieces of the puzzle all work. So you don't have to take as long as I've taken, because you can learn from all the mistakes and directions and things I'm going. So I really hope this has been helpful to you guys, and I'm gonna just turn this off because my eyes are like ready to like get out of these super bright light. They're extra bright when I don't have the sunlight coming in. They're extra like intrusive. So anyway, and I'm gonna get to use these lights in my setup, which is awesome. That's my power thing's going out. We're about to, I gotta cut the camera now, guys. So we'll see you real soon. We'll see you in the next video. To your ultimate success. God bless, guys.